today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Batman the Animated Series Two-Face bust. Of course, you know Spot's one of his favorite villains of all time is Two-Face, especially the animated treatment of this guy. And when this statue was going to be released, I really definitely wanted to pick it up. The front of the box shows you what the statue is going to look like. This features Two-Face in his more original animated series treatment versus the new Batman Adventures treatment where he looked a little bit different in design. The front also shows that Two-Face has his coin poised on hand, ready to make his decision based on whatever side coin is currently facing up. The rest of your box, the top shows Batman the Animated Series. I love this classic logo. It's one of my personal favorites. It gives you a side profile or one of the other angled photos of the statue itself. And on the back, a read-up says, Gotham City District Attorney Harvey Dent has always had a dark side ever since he was a child. Nicknamed Big Bad Harv, that dark side was kept suppressed or repressed for years until an accident left Harvey horribly scarred on one side. A Big Bad Harv became dominant, scarring one side of the two-headed coin. Harvey became the villain Two-Face, allowing the coin to decide the fate of the gangsters he loathed and later the fate of Batman himself. This 6-inch resin bust of Two-Face is based on his appearance in the Batman the Animated Series, and it's limited to 3,000 pieces. It's also sculpted by Warner Studios. To check out more from the folks over at Diamond Select, you can head over to www.diamondselecttoys.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the Diamond Select Batman the Animated Series Two-Face bust. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I'm included with the Two-Face bust. You get yourself a certificate of authenticity indicating that this is 944 out of 3,000 pieces, sculpted by Warner Studios. If you are also wondering what number this statue is, what you can always do with these too is tip them upside down. It'll tell you 944 out of 3,000, which will coincide also with the certificate of authenticity. The statue has 4 felt feet to prevent the statue from scratching any surface that you have it on. It has a good bit of weight to it. That's one of the first things I noticed when I took this out of packaging. It has a lot of good, solid, heavy weight to it. Diamond Select also deliver always very strong paint applications, and Two-Face here is absolutely no exception at all. The very stark black against the very stark white is a contrast that he becomes very familiar with in the animated series, and also even in the new Batman Adventures, that same black and white color scheme carries over as well. You can see also on the hand is the coin, and I don't want to alarm anybody, but just telling you right now, the coin looks like it's scarred, so that does not look like it's going to fare well for whoever he's flipped the coin to decide against. As for the bust itself, the bottom base of it, now because it's a bust, it's really only showing basically from the waist up, but the bottom of the bust statue looks like it's one of the buildings that would have been residing in Gotham City. Especially looking at the way that the architecture is and the brown coloring, which is very consistent with like the early Batman cartoon. Now Two-Face here has seen lots of color choices over the course of comic runs. He's had a red face, he's had a purple face, a green face, a blue face. The animated series take on this Two-Face has him sporting blue. And the face sculpt is quite cool. I've always really liked the design of the animated series Two-Face, and the statue captures this perfectly. The one side of his face, slicked back hair, very prim, very proper, whereas you've got more the loose cannoned Two-Face on the other side there. It's also to note as well that his eye has almost like a little check mark for a pupil. As for your gesture, he's got the one coin again in his hand, or on the top of his hand. The other hand is gestured out, as if he's now realized what exactly the coin toss is, and he's dispensing whatever justice he feels is necessary against one of the villains, one of the gangsters, or even the Cape Crusader. Speaking solely, or really speaking more so from a Batman fan that I am, I absolutely love this piece. The old classic animated series figures. For starters, the design of the characters from the animated series was one of my personal favorites. Two-Face was always one of my personal favorites from the animated series, and I think the folks over at Diamond Select Toys have done a true service, a real true service to the villain of Two-Face. Whether you consider him a middle down the road villain or hero, I think either way you can probably all agree that this is one phenomenal looking bust statue. Today's collectible Spot was having a look at the Diamond Select Batman the Animated Series, the Two-Face bust. Stay tuned guys, Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.